don't know how. We'll see how it works out, because after a while, the zoning board meeting doesn't work so well.
All right.
Hello. Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good to see
Hey, Terry.
everybody.
Ooh, high five.
Thank you. Have you done it? You want ever engage a different smile?
I don't have anybody that does it. And it was a salesperson, so
Yeah.
yeah, they did a great job. I used to have them.
Yeah.
And I really miss them.
Yeah, I listen to,
I don't treat myself.
No,
I do
no.
this best.
all I do is get this.
Mine don't last.
No, they probably don't, mine don't, I mean, chip on my file, It did turn the heat up a little bit in here, I don't know if you needed it, but it did turn up a little bit. This is a dew point, it's only 14, which means that once the sun goes down, the temperature's gonna, it's like desert.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite to spring yet.
You know, my
As
bulb,
much as these little glimpses give us hope. We're
I know that my
quite
little
there yet.
flowers think it is, but
I
they're a
know.
surprise.
I know.
Yeah, we get excited, but those of us that we know better, we get excited, but we're still like, it's like, let's still just drive into this meeting in the daylight.
But we also know where we live, right? We're like, yeah.
Yep, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, it's pretty close to the appointed time, I guess, we can get the meeting going. The fire exit out the door to the left, and right, either in the hallway, and then the AED's station in the kitty corner of this conference room door. And you have cell phone to please shut them off for the duration of the meeting. And I ask Cheryl to hold the roll, please.
Cindy Loweiler. Here. Clark Mahaney.
Here.
Janine Klopp. Here. Dave Welch.
Here.
Carrie Whipple.
Here.
And Steve Rutherford's not here.
Okay, we'll keep. All right, everybody get a copy of the minutes from the last meeting? Anybody have any questions or corrections or adjustments to them? Janine?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, second it? Okay, very good, thank you. Thank you, Janine. Any comments at the public forum open now for the duration of the meeting? And we'll go right into the reports. Janine, planning board from first.
Yes. There were no public hearings at the March 1st planning board meeting, but there were three things on the agenda. The first thing was a conservation development permit for Jennifer Vocal, 6386 Shore Acres Drive. Under Jennifer's home, sometimes she's had an issue when the water's been high with groundwater underneath her home, so she wanted to add a new sump pump so that she could pump that water up from underneath the home and out through the breakwaters of the lake. So Cheryl contacted the DEC and they said it's non-jurisdictional as long as the pipe doesn't alter the existing rock revetment. One of the board members were concerned about the pump, and the piping freezing, but I know the piping is going to be underground. And the town engineer was a little bit, was just questioning the angle of the piping so that it doesn't cause flooding. But it's a type 2 seeker and it is consistent with the LWRP, so that was approved. The second item on the agenda was Vince and Cindy Harper at 7572 Sandy Harbor Drive. They were seeking a conservation development permit to place a screen in addition on the existing second floor deck. Rochester Colonial will be installing the screen. Basically, the decking is already there, they're just gonna screen it in, so there really were no LWRP issues. It's a type 2 secret, no engineering concerns, so that was approved. And the last thing on the agenda, which really wasn't related to LWRP, but it's a lot line adjustment for John Rachel, 3053 and 3069 Roosevelt Highway. He's just seeking a lot line adjustment of two properties that he owns. He's looking to make the lot frontage more consistent. Both of the lots are on sewers, so there were no issues. Let's see what kind of secret. Maybe they didn't have to do that, but anyway, it was the issue. There were no concerns from the board members. Under discussion, the town board liaison reported that a resolution was passed for the sewer district. The topic of battery storage is going to be discussed at the next zoning workshop, and the LWRP revision meetings have started. They'll be meeting the second Thursday of each month at 6:30, and it's going to be either Zoom or when we can, it's going to be in person. And that was the planning board.
Very good. Thank you, Judy. Very good detail. I appreciate that. So Steve's not here. We'll skip the Fishing Advisory Board and EMC, and we'll go right into the town board clerk.
The town board met on March 8th. Started with a public forum. County legislator Jackie Smith gave an update on COVID vaccines. Seniors can call Lifespan at 244-8400. Find out about vaccines, and veterans can call Rochester Hawkins VA Clinic at 463-2600. The Genesee Nurses Association is helping homebound seniors. In February, the Monroe County legislature passed Maisie's law to combat opioid overdoses, and Jackie is working hard on protecting operation hours of the Erie Canal. There's been talk of cutting those hours. The approval of the town board minutes of February 24th meeting, and the town board has received roughly 150 easement forms back. That's about half of what is needed. Sewer bond resolution has been sent to the state. The Canal Authority is still pursuing a grant to expand fishing at Scout Pond. Working with the assemblyman to get vaccine available closer to the west side, and Kendall's working on the Lakeshore Sewer District with Beechwood Park and Hamlin Beach. Hilton Volunteer Ambulance has had 228 calls, been the busiest in over 3 years. Hilton Parma Fire District had 36 fire calls, 64 calls today, 13 EMS calls, 25 were today. Residents paid their taxes for the post-dated check, and because of that, they were charged a $35 bounce check fee because that went back to the town clerk, and the town cannot pay that bank fee. She was asking if they would. Food is available for families struggling to feed their pets from the Hamlin Dog Shelter. And the ice did some damage to the air conditioner at the ice shelter, so hopefully they can fix that. The library will be open on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're doing skill building workshops. LWRP is holding committee meetings and 2 workshops are scheduled. Hamlin Walker Fire District has 16 calls to date. They are working on bids to purchase a new assistant chief vehicle. The court will be opening up again. Town Highway Department is continuing to cut down dead ash trees. Work on DEC reports for recycling and hazardous waste. They're looking at roadside conditions for future road work. And attending Zoom meetings for state funding. They're looking at playground equipment. I went to the Friends of Hamlin Recreation meeting and discussed the possible walking trail around the park. We're looking for a generator for the pumping station. Sign up is slow for the sports for the older groups, but the 6 and under group is doing great. And the East segment will be outside. She contacted at Hamlin Beach about fishing poles that Recreation gave them years ago. They didn't use them. They're looking to get them back so that the town could use them in our programs. And the town clerk said the tax collection is ahead of schedule compared to last year. And that's part.
Thank you. Very much. Thanks for the detailed support. Anything else, Jason, that's cut on this?
No, I just, I did bring up about Steve Ruff's first concern about the Fisherman Advisory Board website and whatnot, and Jackie Smith and I have been playing phone tag and trying to resolve the questions we have. I did ask that we put edit to our website here at the town, because since a lot of federal captains are out of our own town, I thought it'd be wise that we promote our own people, so it should have been added.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Cindy, Delaney Advisory Board?
Yep, public hearing continuation for Rebecca Schicker, 9625 Beechwood Park, application seeking a variance relief from Town Code 520-21C2A for a 0 rear setback where the code requires 35 feet. Also relief from Town Code 520-21C2B1 for a 0 south side setback where the code requires no less than 6 feet for any lot less than 150 feet in width. And this is in an SR zone. It was brought to the board's attention after the legal notice was submitted that there was a boundary agreement that had been filed in approximately 2019. So the public hearing will need to be rescheduled for April 19th. A motion was made to hold the public hearing open until April 19th. Public hearing continuation for Kim Hawkins, 388 Walker Road. Application for Kim Hawkins seeking relief from Town Code 520-29H to install an orchard-type fence that is 6 feet in height. Code states fence cannot be more than 4 feet in height, and this is in the RVL zone and in the Ag district. Motion was made to hold the public hearing open and reschedule for April 19th. And there was a public hearing for Thomas Brennan, 6390 Shore Acres Drive, seeking coastal erosion hazard area permit to raise the existing cottage in the same footprint. He is seeking relief from Town Code 259-20-33 to not move his cottage 25 feet landward of the NPFA line. This is in the SR zone, floodplain, CHA area, conservation corridor development area, and LWRP. The CHA code states the cottage would need to be moved 25 feet landward of the NPFA line. The address also used to be 6390, now it is now 6394 Shore Acres Drive. Public hearing was opened. Jennifer Vocal of 6386 Shore Acres Drive stated that she had no problem with the cottage being raised at the same location. No one else was present. Public hearing was closed. 5 factors were taken into consideration. The motion was made to grant the CHOB variance. Public hearing for Vincent Rovitelli, 8 Lake Road, East Fork, Sandy Creek Marina, seeking relief from Town Code 520-44D1E4 for 99 parking spots where the code requires the following: 4 marina boat launch ramps, marina boat launching ramps. Dimensions for single space are 9 feet by 20 feet. Dimensions for trailer space are 9 feet. Access lane shall be in the standard width. 1 per boat slip, 30 car with trailer spaces and 10 single spaces per ramp. 2 per boat slip that includes charter fishing. This is in the RCW zoning district in the LWRP. Also seeking relief from Town Code 520-44F7 that requires the required number of parking spots and loading spaces shall be paved with acceptable impervious material to provide a durable and dust-free surface. Public hearing was opened. There was no one present wishing to speak. Public hearing was closed. And a motion was made to grant the application of Vincent Rovitelli seeking the relief of Town Code 520-44D1E4 for the 99 parking spots, and the relief from Town Code 520-44F7 requires the required number of parking spaces and loading spaces to have the impervious material to provide a durable and dust-free surface at the apron area at the road ingress and egress. This is a type 2 seeker. The variance is in consideration of 30 boats at 30 feet in length. This marina location was operational 7 years ago. This is the minimum variance allowed. There were no comments. Motion was carried. There on the agenda was Thomas Brennan, 6394 Shore Acres Drive, seeking a coastal erosion hazard area permit to raise the existing cottage in the same footprint. This is in the SR zone, floodplain, CHOB, Conservation Corridor Development Area, and LWRP. A motion was made to grant the application of Thomas Brennan to raise the existing cottage in the same footprint. This is pre-existing with no other site available. Motion was carried. Frederick and Chris Arms, seeking relief from Town Code 520-27C to build a 24 by 30 foot barn outbuilding, 8 foot from the west side and rear lot where the code requires 15 feet from the side and rear lots.
What's the address on
410 Hamlin Center Road. A motion was made to schedule a public hearing on April 19th. Motion was carried. Discussion was the same as everyone else had reported. Jennifer reported on the following: the town board adopted a new fee schedule for the fire marshal. A fee of $25 will be charged for any inspection that requires more than 2 trips. Zoning board workshop will be working on battery storage for solar farms. And the sewer district is moving along. Town of Kendall is about 4 to 6 months behind Town of Hamlin in regards to the sewer project. might look at the impervious regulations for businesses such as the marina at 8 Lake Road, East Fork. And the supervisor might be looking into having a west side location for both COVID vaccines. Motion was made for adjournment. And that was it.
Very good. What a busy going where you can tell the weather's getting better, spring's getting closer, people are active. Very good. Thank you, Cindy.
Mhm.
All right, everybody okay with the assignment for next month? All right. Go into, Friends of Hamlin Beach report. I don't know if you met already.
They did, they had their first meeting of the year. It was still a teleconference, so still no in-person meeting. So I didn't get a chance to really ask Kate about the gas station, because being on a teleconference and all, it wasn't didn't provide the right opportunity.
Okay, well, maybe next time we get together, whatever.
Okay, well, they're still doing teleconferences at this point. So.
Okay.
As far as the Friends of Hamlin Beach, the park manager reported that camping will open on May 14th. And at this point, camping at all New York State parks is by reservation only. Shelters can be reserved with limited capacity, also beginning on May 14th. No summer concerts have been scheduled at this time. Last month I reported that we weren't sure whether there would be an I Love My Park Day, but I have heard from Parks and Trails New York that we will do I Love My Park Day first Saturday in May, which is May 1st. But it is limited, so we're only going to run from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And due to COVID restrictions, the number of participants is limited to 50. Everybody there must wear masks. Online registration is required, and that should open probably at the beginning of April. The address to register if you would like to participate is ptny.org/ilovemypark. And they're not allowing any walk-ins because they want to keep that number limited to 50. In the past, as a chairman of the event, we got the help of the Lions Club, and they presented. They offered coffee and donuts in the morning when the volunteers arrived, and then they made arrangements to get pizza, and we got everybody pizza. And we can't do any of that this year. No communal food. We can, in fact, when people register, when they go online to register, it says right on the registration to bring your own water and your own snacks. So we're trying to still keep it really safe. And we'll see how it goes. And if it's raining, there is no rescheduled window.